Good morning. How are you guys doing? Oh, it's early. Got stuff to do today. I have to break my solitude and my peaceful silence. Got to go deal with the IRS this morning. I'm being identity theft? Yeah. And I got an extensive record. Not proud of it, but it happened. And I'm on it doesn't matter if I tell you. I'm on a terrorist watch list. Because when I was 20, I thought it was cool to make bombs. And I got a federal bomb charge over it. And I went to federal prison. Why is this relevant to what we're going to talk about this morning? You got to be stupid. And I mean, your level of intelligence has reached like a rock to steal the identity of a federal terrorist and attempt to do commerce and business in the United States of America under that social security number. You have got to be fucking stupid. And you know what the government policy is, hurry up and wait. So they said it'd take me about 39 months, top end, to figure it all out. But somebody went ahead and filed another tax return while this is going on. Even if I caught them over the last ones and they're being investigated, they decided to do another tax return in my name. Well, back to the IRS office this morning. The level of stupidity of some people. I can't even. Someday I'm going to tell the whole story and just laugh about it. I thought maybe you guys would get a laugh out of that too. So we've been pretty serious all week. We've gone diving pretty deep in some different directions. I appreciate that you've come with me and taken the time to contemplate things. Couldn't care less if you agree with me, but I'm glad you're thinking. So, in the interest and spirit of thought itself, let's have a dialogue about a thought I had. We're switching her up. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's about the information, not about the time. And I know I'm always talking about, well, if this isn't a long enough video, well, this one's not going to be that long. And I put one out yesterday. It was only like 4 minutes long. That one wasn't cut down or nothing. Keep you abreast of the situation, as it were. Anybody watching the wildfires in California? Huh. Anybody? I grew up on a farm. And we would slash burn fields every year. Every year, we do that. And so you learn fire safety as a kid, and not just fire safety, but how to control fire. Not just how to control fire, but how to successfully burn what you're trying to burn without causing any damage anywhere else. Did you know this is a real thing? Wildfires aren't that scary. Look at all the people dying, all the shit burning. That's human incompetence. So I'm going to paint a scenario for you about the California fires. I'm just going to leave it out here. I'm sure someone will think that they have a point to argue with me about. However, I'm highly educated on taking care of fires, so good luck. May the odds forever be in your favor. Number one, you see the rich people are having $10,000 a day to have those private planes do the pink stuff, right? So it won't burn. You guys seen that? I know you've seen it. It's $10,000 a day. Don't we have a relief fund for natural disasters? How come all those people aren't being paid to put out the fires immediately? Isn't that what our taxpayer dollars go to? What about those people losing their homes without any fire insurance? Didn't they pay taxes on all the money that they own? Don't they? And shouldn't they have the right to have their property protected? And not just the rich people. I mean everybody, but because money is the only factor that's needed to put the fires out? Doesn't the government print the money? Am I wrong here somehow? Is somebody else printing US dollars that's not our government, that's not in charge of our tax money, that's not supposed to take care of natural disasters? Is somehow I must be off on what I believe to be true in the United States? So then it gets deeper, right? Because I'm from Oregon. So where I'm from, there's trees. We know how to deal with trees. Apparently in California, especially Southern California, the idea of a massive fire is some post-apocalyptic event. You ever heard of a fire break? Not to be a dick, but doesn't California have an entire road crew? Aren't there 3,000 D90 fucking cats just sitting in warehouses all over California? Don't you guys have road crews and people that you spend 3 years on a highway when it only took a year? But aren't you have all those people? California roads are shut down all the time. You couldn't take your D90 cats and fucking push some dirt and stop those fucking things? Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to create a fire break to stop the fire from coming one direction. Not at all. 5 feet of dirt. And you start a fire on the side of the dirt going towards the fire. You burn it out. You want to know how easy it was to stop all of those homes from being burnt? They could have went right to the edge of the property where the town started, put a 5-foot fire break and burn the fire back towards the fire. Pasadena had never burned. None of those towns had ever burned. In fact, you could say you could just go out 5 miles from where the fire was. Even with the current, you can do the calculations. Math is really fucking easy. Even with the wind, where's the fire going to be at in 5 fucking minutes? Where's it going to be at in 20 minutes based on the wind patterns? This is easy shit. But California fucking firefighters somehow, what, don't have this fucking knowledge? Bullshit. Bullshit. I have more respect and faith in the fire departments of the United States, period. I'm sorry, but I do. And then you've got all the wildfire fighter teams that go out and do exactly what I'm talking about in forest fires. Exactly how I'm describing it is exactly how you deal with fucking fires. You burn them backwards until they're out. Period. So, why has any of this happened? Why am I watching it become a national crisis? Why? Why? And you say, oh, it's too big. No, you just hit one section of it, right? So you slightly turn it, and then you slightly turn it again. You slightly turn it until you turn it in on itself and it's done. It doesn't matter how big the fire is. It just requires manpower and resources. Which brings me to the conclusion of this video. No matter what, the only reason that the fires are burning is because the governor of California himself isn't doing fuck all about it. The reason the California fires are going is because they really don't care about you, and they don't care that you paid them money to be in California. They don't give a fuck. And every place that burns, they're going to replace it with a new thing, just like they're doing in Maui right now. It's off the news. It's not on mainland. None of you fucking care. But they're about to do it in California because it worked perfectly in Maui, and nobody did a fuck dick thing about it. Nobody. You got to be real fucking incompetent to burn down a tropical island. Real fucking incompetent. There has to be a bunch of random occurrences that happen synchronicity for it to burn. There has to be a bunch of people that make the wrong decisions, one after another, after another, after another. And anybody that understands the right decision is completely silenced. That's the only way that you don't stop a problem. So is it incompetence of the people on the ground? Fuck no. But do they have their hands tied? Fuck yeah. We're shutting down all the airports in fucking California for a day. We'll just refund your tickets. You can fly tomorrow. We're going to use every plane to dump all this shit right now. Oh, the money. That's the only reason it's not being done. Not because they couldn't. They could have put the fucking fire out the first day it started. But they're not going to spend the money on it. And they're not going to use your money they've already taken from you to actually provide the service that they took it for. They're not going to do that. They're not going to give $1. And it shows right now as they go on and on and on with the fire going on and on and on. Do you know how many planes are just in California? Well, they can't be outfitted. They can drop their fuel. Put an additive in the fuel and drop it. Every Bush plane that's out there, every chemical spraying plane, every fucking everything. You could mobilize the army in 4 hours to any point in California, a fucking fighting force with tanks. But you don't have the resources to put the fires out with the same hardware and technology that you would use to stop an invasion. You're a fucking liar. I'm calling you out. I'm sitting here watching it burn, wishing I just had 100 people like me and some planes. We get it all fucking fixed in like 6 hours. We can't use the salt water. Are you fucking stupid? Well, we gotta suck it up and it's way. No, you don't. No, you don't. You get some giant bilge pumps going into some giant containers, and then you pull out of those giant containers and you just keep filling it with seawater, and you keep running planes through there. But you're not. You're not. The very things you do to prevent fire, the very reason we pay you to prevent fire, the very idea that you don't have enough equipment or resources is fucking ludicrous. Is everybody going to get $600 that lost their homes? Maybe. And oh, by the way, all those places that just burned, we just pulled all the fire insurance last year. Wonder why? What a coincidence that you guys are mismanaging fire management itself only because you won't use your money to do it. Rich people can use their own money and fucking their whole neighborhood cannot burn if they want to. If they really care about it. If they really, really, really care, they can spend $10,000 a day. But the average person, go fuck yourself. Somebody make it make sense.